While the English medical community fought amongst themselves, vaccination was spreading almost as fast as smallpox. In Napoleon's France, they were quick to see the benefits. I'm hoping a distinguished medical man and the author of a book on Jenner can tell me more. But there, dominating them all, is this huge image of the famous vaccination in Berkeley.
When this Academy of Medicine have been founded by Louis XVIII, one of the major tasks was the vaccination.
How fast did vaccination spread, diffuse across France?
Extremely rapidly, but never at the level to stop the smallpox. From Paris it was possible to send vaccine in all the France, and France at that time was going from Hamburg in Germany to the south of Italy. So it was an enormous possibility to diffuse the system from Paris. That is quite sure. And the system was organized by Napoleon.
It wasn't just in France Jenner's discovery was appreciated. Thomas Jefferson, third President of the United States, wrote to him, "Medicine has never before produced any single improvement of such utility. Yours is the comfortable reflection that mankind can never forget that you have lived." But it was Napoleon who was the real fan. When Jenner wrote to Napoleon asking for the release of two medical men that had been captured as prisoners of war, the emperor is reputed to have replied, "Ah, Jenner, I can refuse that man nothing." The French army had suffered repeated outbreaks of smallpox, so it was to an army physician that Napoleon turned. Napoleon ordered his Inspector General for Health to vaccinate the entire French population. This is the very laboratory where that vaccine was prepared. But back in London, things weren't going quite so well for Jenner. His reputation under attack, Jenner was badly in need of powerful friends.
To his friends and associates that the job of defending Jenner's reputation actually falls. A doctor called John Ring is the main leader of support for Jenner. He organises petitions, he gets those members of the medical aristocracy who are in favour of Jenner's work to sign petitions, to write to newspapers, to present petitions to Parliament and so forth. And it's that way in which support for Jenner is mobilised.
I've come to the oldest medical club in England, the London Medical Society, to see a portrait with a remarkable history. It was commissioned in 1800 by one of the most important doctors of the day, John Coakley Lettsom. It didn't include Edward Jenner, but Lettsom was so convinced of the importance of vaccination that he insisted that the picture of Edward Jenner was added to the background. Rescued from obscurity, Jenner now felt confident to predict in the third edition of his inquiry. It now becomes too manifest to admit of controversy that the annihilation of the smallpox, the most dreadful scourge of the human species, must be the final result of this practice. In fact, it took another 180 years for this to happen.